Welcome everyone. We're going to be learning about tada and tada. You can use tada and tada in most of the same places, but there are some differences that are very important to know. So first we have tada. Now, tada literally means to put something down. Now, by that I mean you take an object, something or whatever, putting it down and letting go. That's what tada means. tada also means to put something down. However, tada can also mean to keep something, not just putting it down and letting go, but putting it down and then kind of keeping it there. tada is used more commonly than tada, just in general in Korean, even though their meanings are slightly different. tada and 넣다. Now these are very different. 넣다 means to put down, as we just talked about. 넣다 means to put in, as in to put inside. I'm gonna put my card into the machine. 넣다. I'm gonna put my credit card on the table, or put a book down on the table. 넣다. There's a cheesy way to remember what the difference is between these two verbs. If you think of 넣다, I like to imagine it like the top is a hand putting something down. 넣다. 넣다, however, is a hand putting something into something. 넣다. So that's just kind of a dumb way that I memorized the difference between these. Okay, so here's the form we're gonna be using today. You take an action verb stem, so let's just do 하다, and you conjugate it like you would normally to the yo form or any form. So you conjugate it, 하다 becomes 해, 먹다 to eat would become 먹어, and then you attach 놓다. So you would have 해 놓다 or 먹어 놓다. That's it. This form is used to say that you are doing something for later or to do something in preparation for something. For example, if you have a party tomorrow, so you're going to make sandwiches for the party. Well, if you're making sandwiches, you're making sandwiches in preparation for the party. You're making sandwiches for later. So that's how this form is used. So let me go ahead and give you a basic example. 불을 꺼놨어요. I turned off the light for later. I turned off the light in preparation for something because later you're not going to need it. However, if you were to just say 불을 껐어요, that doesn't have any extra meaning of doing something in preparation or doing something for later. This would just mean by itself, 불을 껐어요, I just turned off the light. Perfectly fine to say, 불을 꺼놨어요. I turned off the light for something later because I'm thinking about the future. That's the sort of meaning that you get with 놓다. One other thing I should say is, notice this. 놓았어요, 놓았어요, 놨어요, 놨어요. Most of the time, it is conjugated like this. 놓아. And this is not really pronounced like 놓아, 놨어요, 놨어요, 놨어요. It gets pronounced pretty much almost identically to 놨어요, 놨어. Notice I'm not saying 놓았어, I'm not saying 놨어, I'm saying 놨어. Keep that in mind. Let's do one more sentence. 손님들이 오기 전에 식탁을 닦아 놓을게요. Before the guests arrive, I will clean the table. 닦다 means to wipe. You're wiping the table in preparation because the guests are coming. So I'm going to wipe the table in preparation before the guests come. Let's talk a little bit more about 놓다. When you're saying 해 놓다, what you're really saying is do something, 하다, and then leaving it like that. You put that action down. Okay, now I'm done with doing that. And now there it is. For our previous example, we had 꺼놨어요. You can think of it like turning off the light for later. I'm turning off the light now because I'm thinking about later. I'm not going to need it. Or literally, you can think of it like this. I'm going to turn off the light. Now it's off. I'm leaving the light off. But here you could say to turn off the light and leave it off. 밖이 시원하니까, because it's cool outside, 창문을 열어, open, 놨어요. Because it's cool outside, I opened the window and left it open. Because it's cool outside, I left the window open. You could just say also, 창문을 열었어요. Because it's cool outside, I opened the window. It just doesn't add the extra meaning of that you're intending for it to stay open. This 놓다 is useful for adding emphasis to something staying a certain way. 미리 해놨어요. I did the homework. 숙제를 미리 해놨어요. I did the homework and now it's done. I left it finished. 미리. Like I did it beforehand, I did it in advance ahead of time. 미리 tends to get used together with this 놓다 form very often. 한국어를 배우기 위해, in order to learn Korean, 한국어 책을 사놨어요. I bought a Korean book for later. So I bought a Korean book in preparation in order to learn Korean. I'm starting Korean class. So in order to do that, I bought a Korean book in preparation for that. So literally you're saying, I bought the Korean book, I've got it, and it's gonna stay here. It's ready. Kind of like that. 내일 파티를 위해, for the party tomorrow, 샌드위치를 만들어 놓고 싶어요. I want to make some sandwiches in advance in preparation for the party tomorrow. 내일 파티를 위해 샌드위치를 만들어 놓고 싶어요. I want to make some sandwiches in advance or in preparation for the party tomorrow. Let's do our next sentence. 지금 설거지를 해놔. Do the dishes now for later. So take care of the dishes right now and then leave them clean. 지금 설거지를 해놔. Do the dishes now for later. Like take care of them. Do the dishes right now for later. 계획을 짜놨는데 I had set up plans for later, but 취소가 됐어요. They got canceled. 계획을 짜놨는데 취소가 됐어요. I had set up some plans in advance in preparation for something, but they got canceled. 계획을 짜놨는데 취소가 됐어요. 음악을 틀어놔. Turn on some music and leave it on. So turn on some music for later. Turn on some music. 음악을 틀어놔. Turn on some music. Now let's talk about 두다. 두다 means to put something down, but it also means to keep. But 두다 has more of a strong meaning of doing something long term. Doing something, leaving it that way, long term. Like you're keeping it. 열어놨어요. I opened the window. Well, now it's open. I left it open. 열어두다. I'm opening it and I'm keeping it open. So I'm doing it for later in preparation for something, but now it's to stay long term. So if you want to emphasize that something is long term, then you'll use 두다 instead of 놓다. Let's do some examples. 기억해 둘게. 두다 is actually better than 놓다. Here it's I will remember it and I will keep it in my mind forever. This is much better sounding than 놓다. Use 기억해 두다 and not 기억해 놓다. 그 사람을 알아두면 좋아요. You should know that person and then continue to know them long term. 그 사람을 알아두면 좋아요. Okay, I'm preparing to travel to Korea next year. 한국어를 배워두고 싶어요. I want to learn Korean for later and long into the future. I'm taking my first trip to Korea. I'm going to go live there. 한국어를 배워두고 싶어요. 배워두고 싶어요. I want to learn it long term. 사진을 벽에 걸어뒀어요. I hung the picture on the wall. Here it emphasizes that it's going to be a long time. So I'm not just putting it up for later, but I'm leaving it here permanently. And I'm emphasizing that by using 두다 instead of 놓다. 사진을 벽에 걸어뒀어요. I hung the picture on the wall long term. 당근을 심어뒀어요. I planted the carrots long term. So I put the carrots on the ground, I left them there, and I'm intending to leave them there long term. 당근을 심어뒀어요. 엄마한테, to mom, 이미 already 얘기해놨어요. I already told mom. I already told her in advance. 엄마한테 이미 얘기해놨어요. 문을 닫아놓지 마. Don't close the door and then leave it closed. Like, don't leave the door closed. 문을 열어놔. Leave it open. Don't close it and leave it. Don't leave it closed. 문을 닫아놓지 마. Okay. That is the lesson today. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.